Good evening. Hello, towel friends. My name is Grant Smith Ellis. It is just after 5 p.m. on Tuesday, August 26, 2025. It was a big day. We're however many hours in. We did a half day of coverage on Towel Stream. There were 4 major witnesses today in the Donna Adelson and Dan Markel trial. The first 2, Towel missed because I was in court for the Shannon O'Brien and Deb Goldberg case. Is Shannon O'Brien going to be returned as chair of the Massachusetts CCC? Time will tell. Did you know Towel provided the pool feed for that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to talk about that in a second. But in terms of our Donna Adelson case recap, let me tell you that the very first thing that we saw today was Jeff Lacoste take the stand, as well as a woman named June. Now, Jeff Lacoste was a former partner of Wendi Adelson, and his testimony was absolutely devastating to the Donna Adelson defense and to Wendi Adelson. However, Towel was multi-toweling, and so I did not get to tune in until the third witness of the day, which was Katie Magbanua. Now, Katie Magbanua's testimony is in and of itself about an hour long, so we are not going to be able to watch that during the recap. But I have a single clip, ladies and gentlemen, a single clip that so summarizes the extent of Katie Magbanua's testimony that I can simply play it for you. The redirect was only 60 seconds long, ladies and gentlemen, of Katie Magbanua. But here we go. This tells you all you need to know. To say Wendi Adelson was in the crosshairs of both the Donna Adelson defense and the state is an understatement. I don't think there is any way that the prosecutor's office in charge of this case related to Dan Markel's murder, allegedly at the hand, well, more than allegedly at this point, at the hands of a conspiracy by the Adelson family, I don't think there is any choice but to charge Wendi. The new evidence that's come out about Wendi's relationship with Katie Magbanua, the woman who contracted the hitmen to kill Dan Markel. The evidence from one of those hitmen, Luis Rivera, that Wendi Adelson was the person who told Wendi Adelson was the person who told Katie Magbanua, who told Sigfredo Garcia, a.k.a. Tuto, who has not testified but is on the state's list, who was the person who told Luis Rivera and the other hitman that Dan Markel was leaving Florida and his home within a certain amount of time, and thus the murder needed to be done quickly. Can the state avoid charging Wendi Adelson? I think the answer is no, little towels. But let's watch this redirect of Katie Magbanua, because it tells you everything you need to know, little towels. It tells you everything you need to know and more in a heartbeat. So let's see if this is the right one. No, that is not the right one. That's all right. That's all right, little towels. It's just that I have that window up to show the stats for the stream. All right, so there we go. This is the direct. You're going to see it right here. This is the redirect, of Katie Magbanua by Georgia. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm going to unmute the site. This was probably the crescendo of today's Dan Markel and Donna Adelson trial testimony. And let me just level out the volume for you. And here we go.
Publishing states 55. Donna did not have any conversations with you, did she?
No, ma'am.
There's no lying here, right?
No, ma'am.
Donna had conversations with Charlie.
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie.
I object. She wasn't participating in those conversations.
Overruled, I believe the witness earlier testified concerning this very issue. He may continue your examination.
Donna had conversations with Charlie.
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie had conversations with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie was the go-between between you and Donna, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
The same way you were the go-between between Charlie and Garcia.
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions.
Georgia at her very best, ladies and gentlemen, and it only got worse from there. The testimony from Katie Magbanua about the moldy money, the testimony about the payoffs from Charlie, the testimony about Harvey Adelson, ironically enough, giving a Lexus Ring a bell to some of you Karen Reed and Turtle Boy trial watchers. A 2001 Lexus to Katie Magbanua, signing it over for $1,700, but no evidence of a payment of any amount from Katie Magbanua to Harvey Adelson. Seems like it was given for free because Harvey Adelson financed the hit on Dan Markel. So who's been charged here? Who's in jail? Charlie Adelson's in jail. Katie Magbanua's in jail. Luis Rivera's in jail. The other hitman's in jail. Who's not in jail? Donna Adelson, but she's on trial right now. Who else? Wendi Adelson's not in jail. Is she going to be indicted? Is Harvey Adelson going to be indicted? Wendi Adelson is an unindicted co-conspirator in all of this. It was her divorce with Dan Markel, Markel, that led to his untimely demise and murder at the hands of contracted hitmen with the Latin Kings, organized by Wendi, Donna, Harvey, and Charlie. Through Katie Magbanua, the total hit was $138,000 in moldy money that Donna literally washed in a washing machine, apparently, because she misunderstood Breaking Bad and thought that the reason they bought a car wash was because they were literally washing the money. I don't know. I'm not in Donna Adelson's head, and I don't want to be there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grant Smith Ellis, so we'll be back at 7 a.m. tomorrow, folks. 7 a.m. tomorrow for more testimony. And I'll tell you, if you want to listen to the testimony about the moldy money, because I think this was, again, another crescendo of the Katie Magbanua testimony. We'll listen to that 3 minutes. We're back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Let's continue with the recap, because I'm an efficient, erudite, and cogent little towel.
Yeah, he left.
How did you get your cut of the money?
I don't know if it was later on that night that he came back to my apartment, or the following day, and then he put it in the closet.
How was your cut of the money packaged?
It wasn't like a cut. It was just basically, it was in a bag, in a plastic bag, grocery bag, and I believe there was like a paper bag and then a Ziploc bag inside it.
All right, so the inner thing was a Ziploc bag.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you opened the Ziploc bag, did you notice that the money was stapled together?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
It was, okay. Did you notice something else unusual about the money?
At that moment, I didn't when I opened it, but a couple days after the fact, it was wet and starting to mold.
The money itself was damp to the touch?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and did you ever mention that fact to Charlie Adelson?
I'm pretty sure I contacted him and told him, why is the money wet?
What do you mean pretty sure? You did or you didn't?
That I did.
Okay, and when you contacted him and said the money's wet, or you just mentioned to him the money's wet, did he have a response?
Yes, ma'am. He told me,
that
that his mom washed the money.
That she physically washed the money?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you got a chunk of cash that day or a couple days later. You're not sure which.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you also got these paychecks that we've talked about, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did over the ensuing time, from the time of the murder up until the time of the what we've referred to as the bump, are you familiar with that? Law enforcement operation? Okay. In that time frame, did you get some other gifts and things from Charlie?
Between the time?
Yes. Plane tickets, things like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you deny getting any type of gift or favor from Charlie Adelson other than the cash that you got?
I don't know if like specifically any type of favors. If I was going through, I was having problems with the car that I had purchased from him. So he would get that fixed and he would pay for it.
Okay, and before that
That was an important part, and that was really the extent of the clip I wanted to show. That was important because it was the prosecutor, Georgia, had to rehabilitate in real time Katie's credibility because Katie answered no to the question, did Charlie give you anything else? But jurors had just seen, unbeknownst to Katie Magbanua, because she's under sequester, the witness, Katie Magbanua, jurors had just seen evidence that Charlie had given her like repairs for her car, and Katie was like, don't pay for that with your credit card. So like Georgia very quickly managed to get Katie to say, oh, yeah, he paid for my car repairs. That's called rehabilitating your witness's credibility. If Katie didn't answer about those car repairs right there, Georgia can't direct her to the answer. She can't lead her there. Georgia has to move on and hope that they cross her on it, and then on redirect, Georgia can rehabilitate her credibility. Georgia's one shortcut, and it pushes it a little bit, which it was great, though. Georgia right there was like, oh, Katie, are you sure, like, there wasn't something that he gave you? And Katie was like, oh, what could he have given me? Oh, the car payments. Like, thank God she said that. I'm sure as Georgia, she was like, oh, thank God. If I'm in Georgia's mind, I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, I would be like, oh, thank God she said that. Like, she remembered what she needed to say. Georgia's got notes in front of her. Georgia has direct questions with answers. She knows what she wants the witness to say. She can't make the witness say it. She's just got to put it up there and hope the witness said, put the question up, hope the witness gives the answer that she's looking for. That's what makes being a lawyer such an interesting art form. You have no idea when you're up there on direct. It's a little bit better on direct than on cross. You have no idea what they're going to say. They could start talking about anything. They could just, if you ask an open-ended question to a witness that you don't really know what they're going to say, they could just start talking. They could say something completely unresponsive. They could forget. And yes, you can refresh their recollection, which is a tool, but that's your witness as the state. And yes, she's like a contracted hit woman that like participated in the murder of Dan Markel, but you need her to come across as credible. So Georgia literally rehabilitated her credibility in real time, because Georgia knows she just laid the evidentiary foundation one witness prior for Katie Magbanua getting car repairs from Charlie Adelson around the time of this murder. So that's why Katie Magbanua, like doing that in real time, you saw it there, was so important. Now, my name is Grant Smith Ellis. We are going to be back at 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to wrap this, wrap up right here now, and we're going to slowly wrap this stream up because I have to get up again tomorrow and do this again. More trial testimony in the Donna Adelson and Dan Markel case tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, starting at 7, including a catch-up on the Jeff Lacoste and the second testimony, the woman who testified, forgetting her name now, Bossy Texas Chick said it earlier. Now, if you're just tuning in as well, we're continuing our fundraiser for Lindsay. Folks, Lindsay Gattani needs your help. Did you know, okay, Lindsay Gattani has an ongoing legal fundraiser. All the funds go directly to her. You don't have to donate directly to me today. If you benefited from this stream, you know that I'm going to tell you that the best way that you can support the efforts on this channel right now is you can donate to those who are in need, ladies and gentlemen, in Little Towels. And Little Towels know that when the call goes out, they'll answer it. And Little Towels, every dollar that you donate between now and September 3rd, I will double. I'm not double. I'll match dollar for dollar. So you donate $10, I'll donate $10, etc., etc. So let's do this. Almost 4K on the Towel Twitter. Now, so thank you again for allowing me to make that short. There's no ads here. There's no sponsors. It's a public information service designed to engender cogent public discourse via educating, informing, and entertaining the wider public, thus warding off the usurpation by our representative forms of government worldwide. And if you want to support those efforts, today, I'm not asking for your help for me. I want you to go to givesendgo.com/GEFJ4. Givesendgo.com/GEFJ4. You can leave a prayer. Costs you nothing. You can send a message to Lindsay. Lindsay was victimized by the state police, by private investigators, by Aidan Kearney, and Lindsay Gattani is in no man's land. Other than the Towels, ladies and gentlemen, and Steph Towel, and Bossy Texas Chick, who made wonderful songs. There's no one supporting Lindsay. We must help her. And so to do that, givesendgo.com/GEFJ4. Help Lindsay Gattani. Her phone extraction was leaked by the state police. She's been brutalized by Aidan Kearney and his online followers because Aidan leaked to Lindsay information about Josh Levy and Karen Reed communicating ex parte in November of 2023 that made Karen Reed, due to other actions by Aidan as well, in my opinion, kick Aidan out of her inner circle, and Aidan blames Lindsay for that. And why does Lindsay get no help? Because Kate Peter and Brian Tully were involved with the leak of Lindsay's phone extraction on April 24th, 2024, with only messages from Kate to Lindsay and Tully to Lindsay removed before it was leaked by Brian Tully under his official position under color of law, because Lindsay was fodder. Lindsay was cannon fodder because she was in a relationship with Turtle Boy, and changed sides on the Karen Reed case after she broke up with him. She was fodder. And they looked at her as someone who had no resources and no help. And what do we say to the system when it does something like that to the vulnerable? We say, middle finger to you, we are going to support Lindsay unconditionally. So thank you for allowing me to do that, and do consider supporting Lindsay Gattani's fundraiser. Now, as a final part of the wrap-up, before I go talk to the towel friends, before I end the stream for the day, let's take a look at how we did. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's your scores. We didn't play towel trivia today, but look at those scores. Towel is basically up with Sky News. Towel Stream has almost hit 4,000 on the X, ladies and gentlemen. It is a glorious day. We are well above Al Jazeera English. We are basically we're almost twice as big as the country of Qatar. Someone send our regards to the country of Qatar. On a half day, ladies and gentlemen, we're basically as big as Sky News at 10. We're about half the size of Sky News at 10. So the United Kingdom can eat their heart out. This is a public information service that somehow is almost as big as Sky News at 10. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I work hard. We work hard. This is an interesting channel. YouTube.com/@GrantSmithEllis for more. You can watch on the X as well. We basically hit 4,000 viewers on the X on a half day. God bless you for that, Towel friends. Towel appreciates it very, very much. So, as we get ready to round off this recap, you can find more, as I mentioned, tomorrow at 7 a.m., Little Towels. You might say, why are we doing that at 7 a.m.? Because we got to get caught up on what we missed today. More work to be done. The work never ends. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining this recap. Thank you for supporting this stream. And do consider looking for ways to help your fellow humans and towels. That is the best way to pay it forward. So, allow me to... Oh, we're so close to 4K. We are so close. It's 3,975. We are going to hit 4K, but it won't be today. It's not about the numbers. It's about the fact that we are bigger than the country of Qatar and almost as big as Sky News. Eat your heart out, Qatar, and eat your heart out, Britain. All right, end of the recap. All right, towel friends, that was a good recap. Thank you very much to everybody who watched today. Thank you, Bunny Towel. Let's go through this quickly. We already did our donation read for Lindsay, so thank you for that. Thank you, Peggy Towel. Thank you, Steph Towel, Holistic Psychology, Colleen Henry, Bunny Towel. Who else do we got in here? Who else? Hold on. Christina Towel was here. It was great to see you. Allie Towel. Look at, ladies and gentlemen, look at this bunny. All right. Now, you might say to yourself, Grant, you are pleased with the ratings. Well, I'm not a ratings man. I am a bunny man. That is a bunny, okay? That is Toffee Towel. Now, you might be saying to yourself,